everybody, this is Nikki from Nikki Say It Now, and I'm back with another video, guys. And I'm making a video especially dedicated to my best friend Kelly. We have been best friends for 18 years, guys. Before I get started and talk about our friendship and how much she means to me as a person and as a friend, and how much our friendship means to me especially, I wanted to let you guys know, if you guys can't find my news videos for my Nikki Out Loud show, make sure you guys go on to my playlist on my Nikki Say It Now channel, and my news videos will be there, guys. And make sure you guys go check out my last video. I did a reaction video with my friend Jose, so go check that out. He was a special guest for my reaction videos. And if you like it, drop the comments below to see if you like me and him doing the reaction videos together. I wanted to talk about my best friend. This is a perfect time for me to, talk about my best friend and how much she means to me, because I am going to be visiting her next month, actually, for my birthday weekend. And I'm really excited because I haven't seen her for a very long time. We've been best friends for 18 years. We've been best friends since 5th grade. We met, we lived in the same apartment area, not the apartment complex, but apartment area, and yeah, we lived in the same, let's just say, vicinity, okay? And we became friends. Actually, our parents, so my mom and her parents were friends before me and her were even friends. So that was something special, that me and my mom were friends with her parents. So they had a bond before we did, And yeah, we've been friends ever since. The obstacles we face, I'm going to talk about the most cherished moments I had with her. I'm going to be talking about yeah, all in all, like, her personality versus my personality, how we're different. We're really different from each other, actually. I'm so surprised that we were best friends. I am really surprised that we were best friends. Her name is Kelly, y'all, and she has her own family. She started a family before me. I don't have a family yet of my own, but I am so glad that I could call myself an aunt to her two gorgeous little daughters. I'm not gonna say their names, just respect for her and her family, but she has two little gorgeous daughters. She has a husband, and I'm not gonna say his name as well, in respect to him. So she has a loving husband. I'm gonna talk more about her husband and how much I approve of her husband for her, and how he was suitable for her and all that stuff, okay? So our obstacle was, it was in high school. So when I hit middle school, we did almost break apart until I was like, she wanted to go to this middle school, and I'm not gonna say a middle school in respect to the middle school, but she wanted to go to this middle school, and I was like, okay, well, I don't want to be apart from you, so I'm gonna go to the same middle school as you. So I changed schools because of her, because I was afraid that we're gonna grow apart in our friendship. So I went to the same middle school as her, but I didn't go to the same high school as her because my mother wanted me to go to the other high school, and then she didn't really want me to go to the high school that Kelly went to, okay? So this picture was taken on the upper left-hand corner. It was taken actually on her birthday, and I think it was her 21st birthday that it was taken. And we went to Buffalo Wild Wings. I think this was taken on her birthday dinner. This is an old picture, actually. There is now a recent picture of us because she has her busy schedule and I have a busy schedule. So we don't have time like before to be hanging out with each other. Her grandma actually warned me about this. She's like, I know where you guys are best friends, da da da. But you know, she's gonna have a family. She's gonna get married soon. She's gonna start having a family. So things are gonna change. And I was like, then I came to realization that it was going to change. But we did not talk for a year one time because you know, it's typical, you know, when a friend doesn't approve of your relationship. And so I didn't really approve of her ex. So we didn't talk for a year. And it was my bad actually. She apologized for it, but in the end, because you know, my mom was like, knew that we were best friends and we were close friends. And she knew that I missed her and everything for 1 year. So she came to my place and apologized for whatever she did wrong. But at that time, I didn't know how to own up to my mistakes because I was still in high school. I was still an adolescent. So I was like, okay, I accept your apology. You know what I mean? Like, I was at the right. But I realized later on that I was at the wrong for telling her what to do. She's such a brilliant human being. She's genius. She's a smart. She's a smarty more than I more than I am. You know, that's the difference between us. I actually, compared to her, I actually make more mistakes than she does. She's the type of person that is determined, you know what I mean? And she's the type of person that's more responsible than me. So I had to learn that within our friendship. And I'll be like, okay, I need to back up. Don't give her too much advice and let her do her own thing. And I also learned about how human beings worked in high school as well. So there was a thing where I was like, let's just let her live her life, you know, and whatever, you know, I say, just back it up a little bit, you know, and just see for herself. Because I learned now that I'm older, you know what I mean? I learned that a lot of people who don't know what they're doing that is wrong until they realize it themselves. Like a lot of people along the lines can say, "Oh my God, you're doing this." They could, they will think of it as, "Oh, you're being judgmental or you're being too harsh." You know what I mean? But for me, I just let out whatever I needed to let out. Throughout my space message, actually, I'm bringing up the past because this is our turmoil within our friendship, and I let out what I let out in the message that I highly regret, um, and I shouldn't have said, and I should have said something that was different. So the thing that made me realize was when my grandma came to visit, and she was just like, "Oh, you're not talking to Kelly no more," and I said, um, "No, I'm not," because she doesn't want to listen to me. And she was just like, people are not going to listen to other people. She's just like, let her, if she's going to do bad, let her do bad on her own. If she's going to do good, then let her do good on her own. Let her learn by herself. That was the advice that my grandma gave me when I talked with her. Because a lot of my family members knew that me and Kelly are best friends. You know, there's nothing breaking it. If we break apart, they're gonna be like, what the hell? Why? It's like the universe just shifted. You know what I mean? So because we were so close and we're still so close, and we were closer than ever when we were growing up, and we are still close even today. But when we do not talk, they're gonna be like, what's up? Why aren't you not talking? Why aren't you not talking to each other? You know, all my family members know that she is my best friend. Um, the okay, so the thing that I really cherish the most and I still think about till this day was when she picked out her wedding dress for the first time, and that's where I got emotional. Okay, there's two things that I cherish. There's two things. Okay, it was um when she picked out her wedding dress, and then when I found out that she was pregnant with her first child, was what I really you know, I really cherish within our friendship. The moment that she, because she let me share that moment with her. That was the thing. That's why I cherished it, okay? So, the time when she went to go and pick out her wedding dress, she asked me to go with her because um, she didn't want to be alone when she wanted to pick out her wedding dress. And I said, sure. So we went to go to the bridal store. Again, I'm not going to say any locations. I'm going to keep that a secret as well. I went to the bridal store and we went to go pick out her wedding dress. I was sitting for hours, but I'm her best friend. Like, I would do that for her. You know what I mean? I was sitting for hours because trying out wedding dresses is not like trying out regular clothes. There's a lot to putting on a wedding dress, okay? So I knew I had to wait for a long time. So I waited and she came out with a lot of wedding dresses, but I think it was the third or fourth time that she tried on a wedding dress that I was emotional, okay? So she tried on the wedding dress that she picked for herself. And I literally teared up. And when I teared up, I saw her tearing up as well. And I said, this is the dress, Kelly. This is the dress. And the reason why this was probably the most important memory that I would take in for the rest of my life with our friendship, even if we ever have some kind of turmoil again or anything, I'm still gonna remember that moment when I picked out her wedding dress. The reason why it was important to me is because I knew she was marrying the right guy. I knew she was marrying the right guy. The reason why is because Will, oh, I said his name. Oh, whoops. Okay, Will. That's a million Wills. Okay, try to find her. Try to find her husband. Will is a typical name. But anyways, Will, he's a really great guy. He gets along with the family, and he gets along with me really well. Actually, me and him created a bond before they even went out. We became friends before she even went out with him. So I knew he was a great guy because he was kind of like her, where if I needed him, he would be like right there. They have the same respect for others. That's what they share, the quality that they share with one another. They understand one another really good. And the thing is I wanted her to find someone that really respected the family. That's all I was hoping for. You know what I mean? And respected me as well because I'm also in her life. So I really approved of him. There was one time where this is before he had added, he asked for her hand in marriage, and he had quit his job. He was working for Caltrans and then that time, and he quit his job. And he was sitting down in her room, and then she was out there. I think we were having spaghetti that night, and I went in there to her room and asked him, like, what are you gonna do next? I was like, I know you're going to. I kept it a secret, you know what I mean? But I knew he was gonna ask for her hand in marriage, you know what I mean? I don't forget who told me, but I knew he was gonna ask, but I was gonna keep it a secret, I don't want to spoil the surprise. So I knew he was gonna ask. And I said, before you're going to do it, what are you going to do? How are you going to take care of her? You know what I mean? I want to know. I'm just curious. Like, I care for her. I love her. As much as you love her and care about her, I know. I know that you care and love her. But how are you going to, what job are you going to do? What's your plan? I really couldn't say it for myself because I was still in college myself, trying to get my plan together. So I can't say, like, because I would have been a hypocrite if I were to say, like, oh, okay, so you don't have a job, because I didn't have a job either. I was in college. But I wanted him to have a goal. That was the thing. I was like, so what goal do you have? Like, what are you gonna do? What you gonna major in next? You going back to school, what you gonna major in? And he goes, he's gonna go into mechanic, fixing cars. And I said, oh, okay. And I kept quiet because I knew being a mechanic is a sustainable living, you know? And I was like, okay. And he helped out the thing I loved about him, because he helped out her father being, I can't talk right now, being a landscaper and everything. He needs help from other guys. So Will, when he was not working, he was helping out her father, which I really, really loved. That was another thing that I loved in him. He proved that he was a man. He proved that he could get along with her parents, you know. And her parents are so much of a sweethearts that I love them like my own parents, you know what I mean? So for me to see that, and for me to see how well he got along with her family, that really was an A+ for me. So her husband's really good. They match well together. So for me to cherish her picking out her wedding dress, really, I was really just like looking in the future and seeing what she had with this guy, you know, what future she had with this guy. And so far, their life has been really good, you know what I mean, because she married the right guy. I knew she married the right guy. And looking at her wedding dress and seeing how gorgeous she was in that wedding dress, I was like, that was the wedding dress. That is what he will look at, and that will be very, very emotional for him to look at too. So I was picturing her walking down the aisle with the dress, of course, and seeing his face when he sees her in that dress. You know what I mean? So that's why I cherish that moment. We just had an emotional moment together when we were looking at her wedding dress in the mirror, and I gave her a big hug, and I was like, I'm so glad that you are getting married. Like, I'm so happy for you, man. I'm so happy. And that was the most cherished moment I had with her. Another cherished moment is when I found out that she was pregnant with her first child, you know? And it was a time when we were going to our friend's going away party. He was going to go away to the military. And so we went over to we were going to go over to his house because she had asked if I wanted to go with her. And I said yes. And then I remember she went to the gas station. We went to the gas station to get her husband, I think it was him drinks or something. Because he had been drinking at our friend's house. And so before we went to the house, we stopped at the gas station. I remember buying ice cream. I was craving ice cream at that time, I remember. And so we were in her car. We were in her car, and then she says, she was like, Mimi, and that is my middle name. I just revealed my middle name to you guys. She calls me by my middle name, and she goes, Mimi. I said, what? And she was just like, I have something important to tell you. And before she even told me, I said, okay, something important. In my head, okay, she already got married. That was the first thing that was important. The second thing, you know, within a couple who's married is having a kid, you know, being pregnant and having a kid. I said, and I looked at her, I said, you're pregnant. And she goes, yeah. And I said, was it planned or was it by mistake? And she goes, it was planned. And I said, okay. But the thing is, I said, okay. If she didn't plan out her life, if she's not the type of person who would plan out her life, I would have been like, you're crazy. And I'd be like ranting to her. But I knew that she knew what she was doing. I knew she knew what she was doing. She's a smart girl. and I knew her parents knew what she was doing, okay? So I was just like, yeah, you're pregnant. And then she's like, yeah. I was like, I'm so happy for you. Oh my gosh. And I was like, when did you find out about it? And then she's like, I think she said it's been a week or something that found out about it. And I said, oh my gosh, like, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. You know, how did Will react to it? And she said he was happy too, excited too. And I said, that's good. Because most guys, when you reveal that you're pregnant, they just be like, oh my God, like, and they'll be like awestruck, and they'll be like, you would think that they wouldn't want you to be pregnant. But the thing is, he reacted really good with it, and everything was fantastic, right? So that was the thing that I cherish most within our friendship, is when she first tried on her wedding dress, and when she first told me that she was pregnant with her first child. I mean, the second child, yes. Okay, second child is important as well. But this is your first child. This is your firstborn. So I was glad that she shared that she was pregnant with her firstborn to me. You know what I mean? Because firstborns are very, very important. Secondborns are important as well, but firstborns, you have to learn a lot you're a mother for the first time. So you have to learn a lot, as being a mother for the first time. So for her to share that information with me really, really my heart came out of my chest. That kind of stuff. No, it was really important to me. It was very emotional, and I'm not going to forget the day, Obviously, I just told the story, So obviously, I'm not going to forget the day she told me, or the night she told me, you know what I mean? So we've been best friends for 18 years, y'all. She knows every little secret I have. Every little secret I have. I can't, even though she's like, you have to tell me everything. She doesn't do that. I have this like gut feeling, or this thing, like it's uneasy if I don't tell her anything. When you get that gut feeling, like, oh, I have to tell her because I tell her everything, like, and I can't hold this one information from her, you know what I mean? So she doesn't get mad if I don't tell her, she's not that type of person. She's a very easygoing person, very kind, very caring, very nurturing. So she makes a perfect mother to her children, because she's very nurturing in the beginning. She's very caring. She's selfless. She's a very selfless person, which I love, from her. And so that's all the traits of being a good mother there, right there. She's a good mother to her children. She's a good wife to her husband. You know what I mean? She's just a good person all in all. And I told her, she's like Cece and Jess from New Girls. I love the show New Girls. If you guys haven't checked it out, please go check it out on Netflix. They have the whole seasons there. I was so sad that they had to cancel that show. I really love that show, New Girl. It's not New Girls, it's actually New Girl. And I told her the friendship that Jess and Cece has in that show is like our friendship. But she's Cece and I'm Jess. I'm the more uppity kind of person, more energy. Okay, so this goes into our differences, because we have a lot of differences than similarities. So our differences is that I'm more of an uppity kind of person, more energetic kind of person. Like, she's kind of calm. She has a calming nature to her, you know. And the thing is, let's go to dancing, okay? I'm sorry, Kelly, if you're watching this, I have to reveal this, but she does not have no rhythm at all when she dances. I have more rhythm than she does. The cha-cha-cha, the salsa, all that stuff, all those dances that we have, like, she doesn't have rhythm when she dances. But again, she's getting better at it though. She's getting better at it. Another difference that we have is I tell her a lot of things. She gradually tells me things, but it's just like I'm not gonna force it from her like to tell me stuff, but it's kind of like she gradually tells me stuff, like her secrets. But for me, I tell her all my secrets. That's why I'm Jess in New Girl. Okay, Cece is like the character in Cece. If you watch Cece and Jess in New Girl, Jess tells Cece every little detail, and that's me. That's me. Cece is the one who just like keeps things bottled up. You know, she'll say things, certain things to Jess, but not a lot, and that's Kelly. That's Kelly right there. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, that's our difference right now. I like to party a lot. She didn't. She never was a party girl. And I tell her all the time, you never was a party girl. And I think she wanted to drink. I think when she drank, I think it was kind of like an experiment for her. And then when she like experienced it, she's like, ugh. You know, for me, it's just like, I drink. You know, I like to hang out with friends, be social. You know, she likes to hang out with friends and be social, but not drink. But she does make a really good sex on the beach. There's countless of times when she does have her little parties and I tell her to make the sex on the beach and she said go buy the ingredients and I'll make it. I'll buy the ingredients and she makes a mean sex on the beach. She makes really good mixed drinks. That's another thing about her. She doesn't like to drink it, but she likes to make it. So, that's the thing about her. There's a difference. There's a whole lot of difference. Our intellect is also something that is different. She's really good at school, and I wasn't really good at school, to tell the truth. Like, she was really good at school. And, she does really good in school. Actually, she's very smart. And me, I just really didn't care for school that much at that time when we were growing up with each other. I think she really liked math, and I really didn't. But anyways, she's a really, really fantastic friend. It's like, I said this on my Facebook status, actually. I said, she has a key to my heart without even knowing she has the key to my heart. Not even realizing that she has a key to my heart. Okay? She has the key to my heart. She opens it without even realizing she's opened it. Like, it just comes natural to her. Like, I just need to open her heart to make her realize something. You know? She just, for me, she's a type of friend that if I have a problem and then she just like, all she does is snap her fingers and I'm like, boom, I just realized something in my life, you know what I mean? And she's always been supportive. She was the first person to actually read one of my poetry. Actually, the first poetry I did in middle school was Love at First Sight, and that's when I grew a passion in writing. And she was actually the one who, and she doesn't remember this actually, and I keep telling her in detail how she read my poetry. It was when MySpace was still in, and there was a thing where you could do blogs on MySpace, but you could put it on private or public. Okay? And so I put mine on private, and I invited her only to read. And she went in and read it, and she said it was a really good poem and everything. And for me to even get a compliment on that, even though she is my best friend and all that, you know, I'll be like, she would say that stuff. But for me to even have a compliment, like a first compliment from a person, okay, that really meant a whole lot to me. And so she really pushed me in the writing. She supported me through my writing. My blog site would not be where it's at if it wasn't for her. She was the one who told me to stick with the blog site. She told me, you're not going to get readers overnight. Just stick with the blog site, keep writing in it, and just push forward. And you're going to see results. That's what she told me. And so I kept my blog sites, and then I gained readers. So she was right about that. And if it wasn't for her, a lot of things wouldn't, a lot of things, I mean a lot of things I would have been scared of to do. I would have been brave enough to do if she didn't push me emotionally. And I said, Mom, I told my mom, she asked me why me and her are best friends. I said, she pushed me emotionally since day one. And she's been my ride or die. And I don't want to be emotional, but I am going to be emotional. She's been my ride or die since the 5th grade, y'all. Like, what kind of like, I cannot break a friendship like that. You know what I mean? If someone is there for you since since you didn't even reach you didn't reach puberty yet, and we became best friends. Like, we became friends ever since then. So, she been my friend since then. She's gave me emotional support. If I was there and I was down emotionally, she was there to pick me up. Literally pick me up, multiple times in the past, And she's known what I've gone through. She knows all my secrets again, and she knows a lot of stuff about me. She's the one who knows me the most. Her parents are remarkable parents. They take me in as their own child, and I really miss them. I'm hoping to see them, in the near future, but her dad has the biggest heart. Her mom always has the biggest heart. They always was there for me as well. Not just her, but her parents. And her brothers and her whole family practically. So I really thank them for just being there for me, and not just being there for me, just being there for my family as well. Like, our family practically blended in with each other while we are friends. And it's just emotional for me because she's like a sister to me. It's not just a best friend, it's a sister. We formed a sisterhood. I call her daughters my nieces, and she calls me her daughter's aunt. So I would not throw her away. She would not throw me away. You know what I mean? She is a remarkable person. Anyone who is friends with her is going to be friends with her for life. So that's all I want to say about my best friend, Kelly. She's a beautiful inside and out, for sure, for sure. Great mother, great wife, I'm always proud of her and her accomplishments and what she has done over the years as well. Um, you know, she raised 2 remarkable daughters, and hopefully she gets what she gets in the future. Just good karma all around her, you know, all around her whole family, actually. So that's all I wanted to say. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Hit the notification bell to get the latest videos of mine. And make sure you guys go to Simply Tea Time, hit the notification bell for that, subscribe to that as well. Simply Tea Time is my podcast channel, so go ahead and do that. That's enough about my best friend. If you see this, Kelly, I love you so much. I love you, love you, love you, love you. And yeah, this is an emotional video for me, of course. But make sure you guys go to Simply Tea Time. I'm also on Apple Podcasts for Simply Tea Time and Spotify. So if you guys are driving in the car or you guys are running errands or anything, then listen to my podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. Comment below if you guys want to see different content or anything. And if you like this video or you could relate to this video, make sure you guys comment below. I would love to hear you guys' comment. Follow me on all my social medias, Nikki Say It Now, and I'll see you on another video. Bye bye, guys.